So it's hard to really say, man. I think it's going to be a shootout, and I think whoever got the quickest draw wins.
With Daniel?
Yeah.
With Daniel can fight.
Yeah. But Dan's going to get in the slug out with him.
But Daniel cannot fight. He cannot fight a Triple G's fight.
Right.
He has to be smart.
They're fighting in New York.
Chocolate or say box?
Excuse me.
At some point, you'll have to fight too. You'll have to gain respect. I've liked Daniel from day one. You know, he's sharp, he's smart, he has heart, he doesn't give up.
I was talking to Iran Barkley the other day. I asked him, Keith Thurman, Thurman-Garcia, how would they have survived your era, golden era?
Well, there's such a hypothesis to that. You know, it's like they're asking, could Joe Louis deal with Muhammad Ali? I said no. My father says yes. Joe Louis could knock out Ali. Put it this way: if you had the talent, at any given time, anyone can win. Like this fight here with Keith and Danny. My gut leans a little bit towards Keith, but then again, I said Danny can fight. Danny has heart. Danny has a chin. This fight is so big that it depends on who can keep their cool, who can stay poised, who can stay in control. That's what happens when you start moving up the ladder.
These are the A fighters of today. Would they have been A fighters in your day or C fighters?
I don't know. Put it this way. Both of these guys, first of all, if you believe in yourself, and they definitely believe in themselves, they could have held their own. No question.
Hey, Ray, do you believe that the winner of Thurman versus Garcia should retain the spot as number one welterweight?
You know, put it this way. I don't know what to say. I'm still a fighter, so I think in fighters' terms. But put it this way: they will gain so much respect. They will also gain so many more fans, followers, admirers, and the fight tomorrow is so important. It's that important. It's a fight that either guy can win, and the guy who wins deserves all the accolades he can get.
And, do you feel that this has the potential of becoming fight of the year? Does it have all the ingredients?
Every fight has, well, this fight in particular has all the ingredients.
Yeah.
You got two undefeated guys. You have guys who are extremely talented. And I spoke with both guys this morning, and they are in the zone. So we should see a great fight.
Who do you think wants it more? Because there are times that Danny says he's fighting for checks, and then Thurman says he's fighting for his legacy.
Well, sometimes, put it this way, and because I experienced that when I was fighting and about to fight a big fight or whatever. A fighter gets tired. All of a sudden, now we just want to concentrate on our fight, you know. And the questions that we're asked are not always fine-tuned.
Do you feel that these guys have the ability and the will to fight in your time?
Ability, and they're fighters. If they told me no, I'll be disappointed. They do have the will and the belief that they could win and they can hold their own.
What are your thoughts on Kell Brook versus Spence? You also have your
I like Spence. Spence is very talented. He's one of the guys that I see who's gifted, so gifted. But I don't think Kell Brooks has the power or the experience. But who knows, though? You know, Kell could prove people wrong.
Well, one of my final questions: any thoughts on Gennady Golovkin taking on Daniel Jacobs? It's going to be on the 18th this month.
That's a fight that Danny will have to be at his best. His best. I mean, this is when all the stars line up. Everything's going right. The weather's right. Everything's right. The house is sold out. I give him a chance. No question about that.
Great.
Okay.
Mr. Ray. Mr. Ray, what do you think about a rematch Kovalev-Orb? Yeah. Probably will be in June, July.
Is that for sure?
Not yet, but
You're in negotiation.
Well, let's talk about it when it happens.
okay. What about Lomachenko? What do you think about this young, strong?
You know, boxing, it's going to be a good year. Boxing needs these kind of fights. It needs a Thurman-Garcia fight. Because what happens, sometimes these fighters don't fight the real guy until later on in their career. They fight. When I fought Tommy Hearns, we were in our prime. And that makes a big deal.
From DC, what do you think is producing so many good fighters out here right now in the DC area? That's in the upper echelon of boxing right now. What is it about DC that makes DC such a good fight town and producing good fighters at yourself?
Well, I'm very biased. From DC. I'm from DC. But, it's just a legacy of so many great fighters from Johnny Gann. I mean, I can go on and on. But DC has always provided incredible fighters, champions.
Right. He's one-time power. Does that translate to your era? Is he a top welterweight, power-wise at least? The way he's all about one-time, the knockout power, high knockout ratio.
Well, let him win this fight here, and then we can talk about it.
Cal Brook and Errol Spence, even though those guys are just fighting for one belt, the winner of that, a lot of people have those two as the 1 and 2 welterweight. Technique, style, power. Are they above these guys, even though whoever wins this will be unified?
Well, what's happened is that they're using this term greatness and pound for pound sometimes a bit too soon, too early, too premature. Let these young men continue to build their resume, because sometimes it's too early to call. It's too hard to make that I don't want to say prediction, but that call.
With that being said, who's on Ray's pound for pound list? If you can give me 5.
I can't give you that.
Okay, what about McGregor? What about McGregor Mayweather?
That fight is that's a dream.
A dream?
Yeah, because come on.
It's another shade?
Put it this way. Could it come to fruition? Could it happen? Yeah, anything can happen. Would I watch it? Yeah, I'll watch it out of curiosity. But it depends on the style. Are they going to box, or which if they totally box Mayweather big time? Are they going to use mixed martial arts? McGregor wins. Big time, right? So it depends. I mean, for $200 million.
You do that.
And what about Canelo Chavez? Canelo Chavez, May, Cinco de Mayo.
That fight, Chavez has to be at his very, 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 very best. Is that going to happen too? Is that done?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see.
Okay, right.
This Keith's aunt, could I take your picture with her, please? Aunt Kim.
I got that out in training camp with him, getting that core right.
Here you go. One more with her husband.
I'm going to kiss you.
I know I'm gonna kiss you. You don't.
Excuse me.
Hey, what's up, Tim?
Hey, man.
Yes, sir. You didn't take your
Pleasure to meet you, bro. Me and your son hung out